Even if you're working hard and think you're working hard, take it up a notch. And obviously, the more you do it, the more it just becomes engraved in the person you are, the player, and it translates to the soccer field, but it also translates to your day-to-day life. And to me, we all can't be professional soccer players at the same time. So what you do and the work you're putting in, even at your young age groups now, that can translate to success in your life.
A pass had come to me in the midfield, I took a touch and passed it on, and then immediately he stopped the practice and said, "Drew, you're a great player, but if you don't open your mouth, you're never going to get on the field." And so I had an issue. I've always kind of been a shy person, so I haven't really communicated as best as I could on and off the field, but especially on the field, you need to communicate with your teammates. So he had his voice raised to a level that I hadn't really heard before. So that's why it stuck with me so much. Ultimately, it changed me like that. I started screaming for every single ball to come my direction thereafter, and eventually it helped me become a leader and use my communication as a strong suit in the end. So it helped me lead the team to 2 national championships when I was a captain.
Okay, I can't walk and I could be, wallow around and I have to use 2 crutches, or I could look at, okay, well I can do a quad set, which is essentially you just like straightening your leg and flexing your quad. And it's like, instead of focusing on the things that I couldn't do that were out of my control, like, oh, I don't get to play soccer with my friends, oh, I, don't get to do all these things that I love, I can focus on what I can do, and I can do that with my full focus and my best intentions, and eventually the list of what I can do, it will grow. And so I use that in the context of my rehab, but it's something I still use all the time. I was in Florida somehow, and there was a youth national team coach that was just there for an afternoon, and he saw me play just for the afternoon, and then again, not just who's watching you, but who knows who. So he followed up with coaches in the Virginia area and asked about me. And through that, I got invited to a youth national team event, and I was probably 13 or 14. And yeah, I started with the U15 national team, and then just never wanted to not go to a camp, so just made sure I worked really hard in camps, outside of camps, to continue to be invited back. So I went through from U15 to U17 to U20, U23, and then eventually the full team.
Okay. Everybody looks bigger than life when they're out there on the field, right? And these 3 have sort of brought the humanity back down to what it is that players go through, right? The real part of it. I just want to say thank you for sort of sharing insights and making us have a better insight in terms of what pro soccer players go through when they're on the field in those environments. So let's give them a round of applause.